Hello there, students of World Studies. Mr. Yun here. The date is September 17th. It's a Monday. Getting started into our content, actual history, very soon. And before we get there, I wanted to talk quickly about your textbook. So your textbook, for a great many of you, is online, and it should be chilling here in this connected link. So let's take a click, and it should pop up for us. There we go. It takes you to your textbooks. So for World Studies, here's our student edition of the textbook right here. But go ahead and click on it. It's pretty easy to navigate. So we're in, where's my modules page? There we go. We're about to go into chapter 1. And you can see that you can pretty much navigate it as it is. There's chapter 1, lesson 1, 2, 3, and there's some other stuff there too. A little chapter opener. For the most part, the bulk of what you'll need to know is right here in the actual lessons. It's the same exact thing that would be in the physical textbook if you had one, except, it's digital and there's a little extra stuff in there. There's some pictures and videos that wouldn't be in there, but everything that is in here or in the textbook, they're mirrored. So, why is this important? Well, here's really what I wanted to talk to you about. Number one, if you don't have access to the textbook, there's an issue, let me know. And number two, when I build these courses, when I build these lessons, I pull information directly from the textbook. So my chapter 1, lesson 1 in the modules is very close to what is in the textbook. Sometimes I add a little more, sometimes I take a little out. And usually that's not really an issue in terms of what's going to be on the test and what's tested. I won't test you on stuff that I add there. Like, I happen to know a lot about this subject, so BT dubs also this. That stuff isn't testable. But every once in a while there's something in the test that I didn't go over specifically here, but is in the textbook. So I would advise you, as a student, to at some point before the test of a chapter, read through the textbook. Even though I cover 99% of what was in there in the modules, it's a good idea for you to read the textbook at some point in the chapter. A lot of kids will just read that lesson on the day of the lesson. So they say, all right, today's chapter 1, lesson 1. They'll run through it real quick in the textbook and then do the lesson. It can be a bit redundant, because it's basically the same information, maybe a little bit more, maybe said in a little different way. A lot of times I suggest to my students, when we get to studying, one of my ways I say to study is reread the chapter on that day when you don't have anything due. So you may choose to do it then, and that's probably what I would do if I was a student in my class. I would probably go through the lessons. All right, yep, knock that out, knock that out, knock that out, and then when it gets to review day, I'll go, okay, Mr. Yun says I should read the chapter in the textbook to study. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock out real quick. 1, 2, couple pages worth of reading. It's not much. Switch over to lesson 2. La 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 la. Go through and read it. You can get a feel for that as you go through the course, first couple chapters, and decide on how you want to do that. I just want you to know that the textbook is a tool here for you to utilize, and that's how you use it. Go through, choose chapter. Also note that we won't be going through all of these and not necessarily in order. So that's the textbook for World Studies. If you have any questions, please let me know. If it's not working for you, please let me know as soon as possible so I can get that issue resolved for you. That's all for now. Today is the 17th, so the week is going to be 17th to the 21st. That means we're pretty much working on chapter 1 this week for the most part. And that's what our virtual lesson will be on. Alright, that's it for now. Have a good one.